It was like saying, look at Venetia, you know, in an angry kind of way, you know. So, before this happened, before we came back inside, right, we was going into the water, right? The other girl who's from the other group, like, did my other friend, right? She was like, I'm gonna marry, what's his name, right? I'm gonna call him Mark, right? She's like, I'm gonna marry Mark. And Mark was like, I don't like this girl. So we was like making fun of him and stuff like that. He's like, y'all need to shut up because I don't like this girl, right? So that happened, right? This girl, she came up to him, right? To the other group of kids, right? And she's like, what kind of girls look like me? Because she was stink. He's like, no, I like the skinny girls, just like he was pointing at me. And I was like, she's like, ooh, Venetia got a new boyfriend and stuff. And I was like, no, guys, he just liked the body shape what I have, guys. Like, it's not like he likes me or anything like that. So this other kid came up and said his mom baked cookies or something for us, and he helped, right? And I don't like taking food from strangers, and I think he didn't even wash his hands when he was helping his mom, so I didn't eat. And after that, we had to go inside, right, to go eat food, right? So the after school program lady, she got us like little sandwiches, right? Bologna, meat, and cheese, right? So we was making our sandwich, right? And we was like, I put my food, you know, with the other group. So we went outside, right? She told me to look behind me, right? And, okay, guys. So she told me to turn around, right? And turn around, I saw the biggest, I think it was iguana with that big lizard, right? His mouth was open, like, oh my God. So I was like, his mouth was wide open. And when I saw that, I jumped up so hard that the little table we were sitting at, it moved, and I like hit my tray of food all over the floor, right? And I shook the table was at, right? And my group was like looking at me like, what is wrong with you? So I'm not trying to sign that this big lizard trying to eat me or eat my leg off and bite it off, you know. So they got scared because they jump up as well, because this lizard slash iguana slash I don't know what it is, right? Because I can't remember. It's going after them. I ran right back inside that room we was in, right? And I'm looking so hysterically, you know, because I'm scared as hell that this thing was trying to eat me and bite my leg off, you know. I'm scared as hell, you know. Coming down and going to get me something else to eat, right? And so I was like, everybody looked at me like, what's wrong with you, Venetia? What's wrong with you, you know? So I'm trying to explain that this iguana come in for me and trying to eat me. By the time I came, before I try to like explain myself, the group from outside, because the lizard was kind of attacking them too, they was like making a big scene out there, you know. I know I made a big scene, but they was like throwing everything on the floor so they can get rid of this lizard or iguana slash whatever it is, right? So they won't bite them too, right? So they ran inside and then they trying to like get me in trouble because I throw my food all over the floor and mess with this iguana slash big lizard, right? So they was trying to explain, and I'm at this moment I'm calming down and going to get me something else to eat, right? I'm going to go make me another sandwich, right? So they explaining to our group leader, right? Saying that Venetia caused this big scene because of this lizard, and she ran and threw everything on the floor, and now this lizard is coming after us next, right? And I'm like, I'm sitting down, still calming down, right, to eat my food, right? And they pointed at me, and I'm like, you guys, where were you when this lizard tried to bite off my leg and chew it for dinner, right? I know you was right there, but you didn't care, you know, so I had to do what I had to do and run away, right? If it was going to go after you guys next, then so be it, you know, because it was not going to eat me, you know, because I didn't want to die that day, you know, so they was like explaining to the lady, right? She was like, they like, oh, she threw a rock, and then she tried to throw food for her and stuff like that, and that's why I got angry and tried to attack all of us, you know. And I was like, you guys, it's not even a big idea, you know. This is not even the main thing. I try to play fetch with it. I'm trying to explain to what I try to do to like play with the lizard, right? So I was telling him, I was trying to play fetch with it, guys. But they was like, why are you trying to play fetch with it? Listen, guys. I was like, the smartest thing for me to say is like, I thought it would be like a dog and I could play with it, right? So they're yelling at me and I'm like, you know what? I don't even care anymore, guys, because now I almost got eaten and y'all didn't care, you know? You didn't try to help me or anything, right? So they was like, why did you throw your food? I was like, because I wanted to feed it, you know? I thought it would be hungry. Apparently it wanted to eat my leg, you know? Maybe because it was like a carnivore and it wanted to eat meat, you know? I didn't know. So, guys, don't be like calling to me and yelling at me because a situation I couldn't help because it was trying to eat me and y'all didn't want to do nothing for me, you know? And when I jumped out, y'all didn't care. Y'all was just like caring about if y'all was going to get eaten next, you know? So I was like, whatever, you know? I don't even care anymore. So I was like, I ain't doing nobody a favor anymore because of that situation, you know? Because if I didn't go outside, this wouldn't happen, you know? That's how I feel in my head, you know? In my heart, you know? So when we went back inside, it was like a birthday party, right? So this one kid, he had a birthday, right? And his mom and his aunt came or something like that, and they was cutting up the cake, right? They gave us like this small pieces, right? The mom, right? But the grandmother gave us like the other group like that big a piece, right? Of the cake, right? So we ate the cake, you know, and it was the next day, right? So they left the cake for the staff, right? So me and this other girl, acquaintance girl, you know, came and was like, let's go sneak the cake and eat it in the bathroom, right? So we did that, right? And we did that, and we went in the bathroom and we started eating the cake, like eating the whole cake. It was like a half a cake. So me and her was like splitting and eating the cake, right? At the time when we was eating the cake, I found out my other friend, who that girl liked from the other group, he cut his foot on like a rock, and it was like a big like cut, right? I think it was a little bit deep. So we had to, I don't know if we at the after school lady rushed into like the hospital area or something like that, but that happened in the bathroom, right? It was like almost like to be leaving from that that place, right? And the bus driver like said, oh, Venetia, I want to talk to you, you know? So like when we see your house, like how many rooms and how many bathrooms it have, you know? I told her the straight up answers because people think it's a big house, you know, to have like a lot of rooms and stuff, but it don't, right? So I told her it was like before we moved in, it was like I think it was 3 bedrooms and 3 baths, right? And when we got in there, we added on 2 more rooms and another bathroom. So in total is 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. So she's like, oh, okay. So she was like, yeah, okay. We thought it would be bigger, you know, it had more rooms. That's what people kept saying, you know. I was like, don't believe them. They like want to like gossip things when it's not really true, right? So that happened, right? So after that, we went home, and I guess that was the last of the, I think that was the end of the summer break from school, right? So that's what we did, right? And it was okay, you know, because I liked it. I did the canoe, I did the surfboard, we did kayak, I think, and some other ones, other like little activities, right? We had to climb like a wall. It was like a military kind of stuff, you know, we had to do. It was pretty cool, you know. So you guys, like and subscribe to the notifications on. I'll see you later. Bye.